How can a victim kill someone else after her own death? There are only three possibilities. 1. The victim never died. The killer is identical to the victim. The case has been staged so flawlessly that the police were meant to close it. People believed they saw a suicide. But I believe someone wanted them to see a suicide. And when people try too hard to make us see something, it's almost always because they're hiding something else. The 11th of March 2020, 29-year-old independent interior designer Hailey Lauren Pierce was found dead inside her Portland apartment, staged as a suicide. The scene was so clean and convincing that the police wrapped up the investigation within a few hours. The media ran headlines, "Young designer takes her own life, case closed." But exactly 3 days later, a new murder happened 40 miles away. Same throat cut pattern, same suicide setup, and the CCTV footage from the motel showed a woman entering the room. A woman with Hailey's exact face. The woman who murdered looked like the woman already in the morgue. That's when Detective Knox, stepped in. Name: Hailey Lauren Pierce. Age: 29. Profession: freelance interior designer. Residence: apartment 4B, Eastwood Heights, Portland. Personality: social, stylish, outspoken, loved high-end accessories, especially her trademark diamond earrings, worn daily without fail. Known to maintain the perfect life image online, travel photos, beautiful apartments, expensive hotels. To the outside world, she was flawless, a woman who won life. But to the people close to her, cracks had been forming. Sudden withdrawal from friends, deleted old photos from social media, avoided family gatherings, frequent panic attacks, obsession with privacy and identity. Her therapist described her in a file. She isn't afraid of death. She is afraid of being seen for who she really is. Her younger sister, Olivia Pierce, 26, was quieter, less confident, and lived in an old guest house near the city outskirts. No social media, no friends, nobody really knew her. The two sisters were inseparable growing up, but in adulthood, something changed. Hailey distanced herself completely from Olivia 5 years before her death. Nobody knew why. Neighbors later provided disturbing observations. 3 months earlier, Hailey had asked the building manager to remove the hallway mirror, saying she couldn't stand seeing her reflection anymore. A month before her death, she replaced her apartment keypad code 6 times in 12 days, despite living alone. The last week of her life, multiple residents heard a woman shouting inside her apartment, but no guests were ever seen entering. And then there was the strangest warning. Her sister Olivia had told a neighbor in late February, "If Hailey one day disappears, don't assume she's gone. Assume she's someone else." The neighbor had laughed it off, thinking it was a joke. Now that sentence was the loudest siren. Date: 11th of March 2020. Time of death: between 8:35 p.m. 8:50 p.m. Location: apartment 4B, Eastwood Heights scene. Observations: body lying on the bathroom floor. Single deep cut across the throat, far too deep for typical suicides. Razor blade left loosely in the right hand. No blood splashes on the walls, which should have been present with that depth. Defensive bruising around the wrists, not consistent with self-harm. No broken furniture or signs of struggle. All doors and windows locked from inside. A suicide note placed neatly on the desk read, "I am free now." Later, lab analysis proved it wasn't her handwriting. And the strangest detail: her signature diamond earrings were missing. Everyone who knew her said she never removed them, not even while sleeping. That one detail instantly bothered me. Suicide victims don't remove sentimental items. Killers do. Yet the crime was staged perfectly enough for fast closure. The police dropped the case. The world mourned. But on the night of March 14th, everything broke open again. I was assigned on 15th of March, not because of the suicide, but because of the second murder. 31-year-old Nathan Cole was found dead in a motel room with the exact same injury pattern, staged as suicide. The crime scene mimicked Hailey's death like a copy-paste. The CCTV footage from the motel showed a woman entering the room at 9:16 p.m. No hoodie, no hat, no disguise. She walked confidently, like someone who wanted to be seen. Her face, Hailey, the dead woman. But according to hospital records, Hailey's autopsied body was still in the morgue. If Hailey died on the 11th, how did she walk into a motel on the 14th? I knew instantly. Someone wants us to believe the victim came back from the dead. And when a killer tries to prove something impossible, it means the truth is even worse. I visited Hailey's apartment first. The locked room suicide never sat right with me. No forced entry meant the killer was already inside. Or forensic evidence was manipulated after death. Defensive bruises confirmed she fought someone off. But there were no overturned items, meaning the attacker was stronger, faster, or someone Hailey didn't expect to attack her, someone she trusted. Then came the lab report. The DNA under Hailey's fingernails from the struggle scene matched the DNA from the murderer's glove fibers at the motel, but the match was 71%, not 100%. Two people with 71% DNA similarity aren't strangers. They're siblings, not twins, not cousins, sisters. That's when everything fell into place. The woman in the apartment wasn't Hailey. The dead body belonged to Olivia. And the murderer, the one walking on CCTV, was the real Hailey. She killed Olivia, disguised her corpse as herself, staged a suicide, let the world bury the wrong sister, and then used Olivia's identity to murder someone else. She didn't hide her face from CCTV, she showed it. Because everyone believed she was dead. That was her masterpiece. She didn't escape murder. She escaped being Hailey Pierce. I didn't search for Hailey as Hailey. I searched for her as Olivia. Olivia's bank records showed sudden activity after years of silence. New apartment lease, private therapy booking, new passport appointment, appointment name, Olivia Pierce, face scan, Hailey target located. The apartment door opened before I knocked. She smiled. Not scared, not panicking, almost welcoming. Detective Knox. I was wondering when you'd arrive. She spoke like a host greeting a guest. She asked me to sit, poured herself a drink, not offered one. Her first question wasn't denial of murder, but curiosity. Which detail exposed me, the earrings or the bruises? Guilt wasn't her weakness. Pride was. I didn't ask directly about the murder. I asked about the rivalry. When did Olivia start becoming you? She laughed quietly. A laugh I've heard from narcissistic criminals before. She showed childhood photos. Same clothes, same hairstyle, same expressions, same poses. I was the original. She was the copy. She chose to become me, without permission. Then she showed teenage pictures where Olivia copied everything about Hailey, and the anger surfaced. So I took back what belonged to me, my face, my identity, my life. Her belief, Olivia impersonated first Hailey struck back to reclaim identity. In her mind, murder wasn't a crime, it was restoration. The bigger question, why did she kill Nathan Cole 3 days later? When I asked silently, she froze. A rare emotional crack. Because he knew. Nathan was the only person who knew the sisters switched identities in real life. He was a risk to the illusion, so he had to be eliminated. Nathan wasn't collateral. He was insurance. Hailey would never confess unless she believed she won. So instead of trying to break her, I praised the crime. You staged the perfect suicide. You outsmarted the system. Her ego melted, not in guilt, but satisfaction. She leaned back, relaxed. Then she said the sentence every investigator waits for. Record me, Knox. History deserves an accurate version of my story. She confessed to everything. Cutting Olivia's hair, piercing her ears, applying makeup, slicing her throat, timed latch-locking system, watching police interviews live afterward. The confession wasn't extracted. It was volunteered. That's the thing about narcissists. Give them a stage and they perform. Tactical unit entered. Hailey didn't run, didn't yell, didn't ask for a lawyer. She whispered, "Can you make sure they pick a good picture of me for the press?" She didn't fear prison. She feared being forgotten. Her plan in full: 1. Kill Olivia. 2. Bury Olivia as Hailey. 3. Become Olivia. 4. Kill everyone who knew the truth. 5. Fade into a new life. 6. Reappear later as a misunderstood genius. She didn't want freedom. She wanted legacy. The courtroom was packed, cameras everywhere. Exactly what she wanted. She dressed like Olivia, but acted like Hailey, two identities fighting inside one body. Her defense tried psychological instability, but I shut it down with one statement in court. Hailey doesn't kill because she's mentally unstable. She kills because she wants to control the narrative of her own identity. The judge didn't even need the recording. Sentence: life imprisonment without parole. And even then, she smiled, turned toward the crowd and said, "Google me. I'm the woman who killed herself twice." Click, click, click. Camera shutters echoed like applause. She got the fame she wanted, for a moment. 1 year later, I visited the prison for a different case. A guard quietly asked, "Do you know what she does all day?" I looked through the cell window. Hailey sat in front of a mirror for hours. No talking, no crying, no laughing. Just staring, searching, waiting. Because behind the fame, behind the murders, behind her narcissism, she couldn't answer the final question. Who am I now? She killed Olivia to become Hailey, then killed Hailey to become Olivia, then wanted the world to admire both. Now she has. No followers, no cameras, no applause, no identity left to wear. My final log entry: her prison wasn't the cell. Her prison was her reflection. Case file. Tharo 2 closed.